Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Brain Podcast, your podcast for real conversation practice and easy English in daily life.
And today's episode is a B1 level episode. So if you are an intermediate learner, this is just right for you.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Do you have a friend who always makes you smile?
Or maybe someone you trust completely, someone who knows your secrets.
Today, we're going to teach you exactly how to talk about friendship in English.
The words you need to describe your best friend, your old friends, and even how friendships change.
By the end of this episode, you'll have simple phrases you can use in real conversations.
We'll also share some of our own friendship stories so you can hear how it sounds in real conversation.
Let's start with why this topic matters.
Well, people love to talk about their friends. It's a common topic everywhere.
When you meet someone new, they often ask, "Do you have a close friend here?" Or "Who do you spend time with?"
And if you're learning English, you probably want to talk about the people who matter to you.
But sometimes you think in your language and can't find the English words fast enough.
That happened to me once at a party. Someone asked me about my best friend.
What did you say?
I said, he is very good, and then I stopped. I wanted to say more, but my brain was empty.
That's so common. You know what you want to say in your language, but the English words hide.
Exactly. The woman looked at me, waiting for more, and I just smiled awkwardly.
What happened next?
She asked another question. She said, how long have you known him? And again, my brain froze.
Because you didn't have the sentence structure ready.
Right. I knew the answer in my head, maybe 10 years, but I couldn't build the sentence quickly.
So you probably said something like 10 years or long time.
Exactly. I said long time. And then the conversation just died.
That moment feels so uncomfortable.
It does. Later, I thought I should have phrases ready in my head.
That's what we're giving you today. Ready phrases for your English brain.
So you never have that awkward silence again.
Now, let's teach you how to describe your friends, step by step.
We'll break it into small parts so it's easy to remember.
Part 1, how to say who your best friend is.
You can say, my best friend is Anna, or my best friend is Jake.
Simple and clear. You can also say, I have a really good friend named blank.
Or you can say, I have a really good friend named blank. Or I have a best friend called blank.
Notice we use is, not it's, when we talk about a person's name. For example, my best friend is Maria. We talk every week.
Or I have a really good friend named Tom. He lives in London.
Part 2, how long you've known them.
This is where many learners make mistakes with grammar.
We use present perfect here because the friendship started in the past and continues now.
You can say, we've been friends for 5 years.
Or, we've been friends since 2020.
Notice for with a period of time and since with a specific starting point.
You can also say, I've known him for a long time.
Or I've known her since we were kids.
Or, we've known each other since high school.
For example, we've been friends since high school. That's more than 10 years now.
Or, I've known him for almost 20 years. We met when we were children.
Part 3, how you met.
This is a fun part because everyone has a different story.
You can say, we met at work, we met at school, we met at university.
Or, we met at a party. We met at a language exchange. We met at the gym.
You can also say, we met through a mutual friend.
That means you both knew the same person and that person introduced you.
Or you can say, we met online, we met on social media, we met in a gaming community.
For example, we met at a party 3 years ago and we became close really fast.
Or we met through a mutual friend. She introduced us at a coffee shop.
Or we met online in a language learning group. We started chatting and discovered we had a lot in common.
Part 4, what you do together.
This shows what kind of friendship you have.
You can say, we hang out every weekend.
Hang out is a really common phrase. It means spend time together in a relaxed way.
You can also say, we usually grab coffee together.
Grab coffee means meet for coffee, but in a casual way.
Or we love watching movies together. We go to the gym together. We play video games together.
Or we go for walks together, we cook dinner together, we travel together.
For example, we hang out every Friday. We usually get dinner and talk for hours.
Or we don't see each other often because we live far apart, but we video call every week.
That's a good one for long distance friendships.
Part 5, describing their personality.
This is where you show why you love your friend.
You can use simple adjectives like funny, kind, smart, honest, loyal, caring,
You can say, he's really funny. She's very kind. He's super supportive.
or she's honest and loyal. He's always there for me. She's easygoing and fun.
Always there for me means they support you when you need help.
And easygoing means they're relaxed and not stressful to be around.
You can also say, he's the type of person who makes everyone feel comfortable.
Or she's one of the most genuine people I know.
Genuine means real, authentic, not fake.
For example, she's the kind of person who listens without judging. I can tell her anything.
Or he's really optimistic. Even when things are difficult, he stays positive.
Part 6, why they're important to you.
This is the emotional part, where you explain the value of the friendship.
You can say, he helps me when I need advice. Or she makes me laugh when I'm sad.
Or I can trust him with anything. Or she understands me better than anyone.
Or he's always honest with me, even when the truth is hard to hear.
Or she believes in me when I don't believe in myself.
For example, he's important to me because he never gives up on me, even when I'm difficult.
Or she's important because I can be myself around her. I don't have to pretend.
Now, let's put it all together with 2 short examples.
Example 1. My best friend is Sarah. We've been friends since university. We met in our English class. We hung out almost every weekend. She's really funny and kind. I can trust her with anything.
Example 2, my closest friend is Omar. I've known him for 8 years. We met at work. We usually grab coffee on Fridays. He's super supportive and always gives me honest advice. He's like a brother to me.
You see, it's not complicated. Just a few simple sentences and you paint a clear picture.
Now, let's share our own friendship stories as longer examples.
I'll go first. My best friend is Tom. We've been friends since we were teenagers in high school in a small town in England. We were in the same football team. Now we live in different cities, so we don't see each other often, but we call each other every month. He's honest, funny, and really loyal. When I moved to Spain, he helped me plan everything. He's important to me because he knows me better than almost anyone. Even after years apart, we can talk like we saw each other yesterday.
That's beautiful. My turn. My best friend is Kasha. We've been friends for more than 15 years. We met at school when we were 12. We sat next to each other in class and became close really fast. Now we live in different countries, but we message each other almost every day. She's calm, thoughtful, and super supportive. She helped me when I went through a difficult time a few years ago. She's important to me because she never judges me and she always tells me the truth, even when it's hard to hear.
So now you've heard real examples. You can use the same structure to talk about your friends,
Let's also talk about different types of friends.
because not all friendships are the same.
You can say, my childhood friend, my work friend, my school friend, my online friend.
Or you can say a close friend, a good friend, an old friend, a new friend.
Old friend doesn't mean they're old in age, it means you've known them for a long time.
For example, she's my childhood friend. We grew up in the same neighborhood.
Or, he's my work friend. We have lunch together every day.
Or she's one of my closest friends. I tell her everything.
Or, he's a new friend. We only met a few months ago, but we really connected.
You can also talk about a group of friends.
You can say, my friend group, my circle of friends, my group of close friends.
For example, I have a small circle of close friends. We've known each other since university.
Or, my friend group loves going hiking together every summer.
Now, let's talk about what makes a good friend.
This is important because it helps you explain your values.
You can say, a good friend listens to you. A good friend supports you. A good friend is honest with you.
Or, a good friend makes time for you. A good friend accepts you as you are. A good friend celebrates your success.
Or, a good friend doesn't judge you. A good friend keeps your secrets. A good friend is there in difficult times.
For example, a good friend doesn't disappear when you have problems, they stay with you.
Or, a good friend tells you the truth, not what you want to hear.
Or, a good friend respects your boundaries and doesn't pressure you.
What do you think makes a good friend, Anna?
For me, a good friend is someone who accepts you completely. You don't have to be perfect around them.
I agree. And I think a good friend also challenges you to grow. They don't just agree with everything you say,
That's true. A real friend tells you when you're making a mistake.
even if it's uncomfortable.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about how friendships can change.
Because sometimes friendships change, and that's completely normal.
You can say, we used to be close, but we drifted apart.
Drifted apart means you slowly became less close over time.
Or you can say, we don't talk as much as we used to.
Or we grew apart over the years. Or we lost touch after school.
Lost touch means you stopped communicating.
For example, we were best friends in high school, but after university, we drifted apart. We still care about each other, but our lives went in different directions.
Or we used to talk every day, but now we only message each other on birthdays.
Sometimes people ask, why did you stop being friends?
You can say, we just grew apart. We wanted different things in life.
Or, we had a big argument a few years ago and we haven't spoken since. I wish we could fix it, but I don't know how.
Now let's talk about problems in friendships.
Because every friendship has challenges sometimes.
You can talk about a misunderstanding, an argument, or feeling hurt.
You can say, we had a misunderstanding last week.
Or, we had an argument about something small and it became bigger than it should have been.
Or, I felt hurt when she didn't invite me to her party.
Or, he said something that upset me and I'm not sure how to talk to him about it.
For example, we had an argument last month. I think we both said things we didn't mean. Now I want to apologize, but I don't know how to start.
Or, I feel like she's been avoiding me lately and I don't understand why.
You can also talk about fixing a friendship.
You can say, we talked about it and we fixed the problem.
Or, I apologized and she forgave me.
Or, we decided to move on and not let it affect our friendship.
For example, we had a difficult conversation, but it made our friendship stronger.
Now let's talk about making new friends.
Because sometimes learners want to know how to talk about that too.
You can say, I'm trying to make new friends here.
Or, it's hard to make friends in a new city.
Or, I met some nice people at work and I hope we become friends.
Or, I joined the club because I wanted to meet new people.
For example, I moved to a new country last year and making friends has been challenging. Everyone is friendly, but building deep friendships takes time.
Or, I'm naturally shy, so making new friends is difficult for me, but I'm trying.
Now, let's give you some conversation starters about friendship.
These are common phrases native speakers use.
You can say, we hit it off immediately.
That means you became friends very quickly and easily.
Or, we're on the same wavelength.
That means you think similarly and understand each other well.
Or, she's got my back.
That means she supports me and protects me.
Or, we go way back.
That means we've known each other for a very long time.
Or, he's my go-to person.
That means he's the first person I ask when I need help or advice.
For example, when I met Sarah, we hit it off immediately. Within a week, we were spending time together every day.
Or, Tom and I go way back. We've been through so much together. Now, let's talk about long distance friendships.
Because many learners have friends in other countries.
You can say, we live far apart, but we stay in touch.
Stay in touch means continue to communicate.
Or, we keep in touch through messages and video calls.
Or, distance doesn't change our friendship.
Or we try to visit each other when we can.
For example, my best friend lives in another country now, but we video call every Sunday. Distance doesn't change how close we are.
Or I miss her a lot, but technology makes it easier to stay connected.
So, what can you do today after this episode?
Step 1. Think about your best friend. Choose one simple sentence for each part.
Who they are, how long you've known them, how you met, what you do together, their personality, and why they're important.
Step 2. Say it out loud. You can practice while you walk, while you cook, or in front of a mirror.
Step 3. Write it in the comments under this episode.
Tell us about your best friend. Just 3 or 4 sentences. Don't worry about being perfect.
When you write it, your English brain goes deeper. You see the words, you feel the structure.
And maybe another learner will read your comment and think, oh, I feel the same, and reply to you.
Then you're not just practicing English, you're building real connections.
Our question for you is, who is your best friend and how did you meet them?
Write something like, my best friend is blank. We've been friends for blank years. We met at blank. He or she is really blank. And I can always blank.
Or tell us about a time your friend helped you or made you laugh.
Now, a smart challenge for your English brain.
Use your friendship story in 3 places today. First, in the comments. Second, say it out loud once. Third, tell one person about your friend in English.
That way, one short story gives you writing practice, speaking practice, and a real conversation.
If this episode helped you, like it, subscribe to the English Brain, and share it with one friend whose English brain you want to grow.
Every time you do that, you're telling the algorithm, yes, more real English like this, please.
And remember, the best way to learn is to practice. So use these phrases this week.
Talk about your friends with someone. Send a message to an old friend. Write about friendship in your journal.
Your English brain gets stronger every time you use it.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
You didn't waste it, you invested it in your English brain.
We're really proud of your effort today.
This was the English Brain Podcast with Anna and Jake. Keep training your English brain and talk about your friendships with confidence.
Bye, everyone.
And now, let your English brain take the next step. Click on the next episode and keep the momentum going.